Hey there, gamers. Welcome to Erico Blueberry. It's an unassuming Destiny podcast. My name is chillybin.
I'm Meckii.
And we are unassuming in all senses of the word. You and I have a public holiday today. The one country in the world that for some reason the government thinks it's a good idea to still celebrate it being colonized. So, fuck that. But
Us in America.
yeah. But hey, we're here making content. I don't know if this is good or anything, but we're doing it. It's when we've got the time. I went for a big run. Now I'm sleepy. And that's my kind of unassuming energy.
In lieu of us recording on today, I will just say always has been, always will be.
Yes. Strong agree. Even though this episode will actually come out like 2 days after that, you get the picture. Anyway, Australia being a shithole sometimes aside, I don't know about you, but I have not played a lot of Destiny lately.
The other day, I had the intention to play it. And I loaded up and I went to the character select screen and it played Deep Stone Lullaby and I got sad.
Did you actually Did you continue or did you shut the game down at that
point? I got distracted.
Okay.
And turned it off.
Had a moment, turned the lights off, lay down on the floor.
I miss my friends and then just left.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I also had good intentions of playing a bunch last week because it was bonus Gambit rank and I'm trying to get that dredging gilded. I think I played 4 matches and just was like, I don't need to do this now. It's not that I wasn't enjoying it, it's just I didn't have that drive to just smash a bunch of it out, and frankly there were other things I wanted to play. So I did that instead. There's a new season of Diablo 4 started this week, for example. So I'm doing that. It's been a while, but there are some things. Yeah, there's some things that have been going on with Destiny. Some in game, some out. Mostly out, if I'm honest. Mostly it's looking ahead and talking about what's coming, and we're going to go through some of that. Yeah.
Some stuff I'm genuinely excited about, and I feel like it's going to get me back in the game.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of been the thing that's bouncing around in my head is like we're staring down the barrel of, up until today, what looked like a massive hole in the schedule where we weren't sure what we were going to be doing or what was even going to be there to do in the game. And we got some information about that, but we missed a twid, a twab, a swiggle last week. A couple of notes out of there that I thought were pretty good. One being, this is in the update that's coming this week, this next reset. They're doubling the glimmer cap to 500,000 over the current 250,000.
Good, because my glimmer is consistently full.
Mine's always full, and I don't know how people are burning through it all.
Give me bright dust. I want that many bright dust.
Yeah, what do people actually use glimmer for? I'm not sure.
Resources, I assume.
Is it?
There's definitely vendors that you can trade it for stuff like Ascendant Shards.
Yeah. All I know is that I've got planetary resources that are no longer a thing in game, but you can take the Rahul and cash them in for Glimmer, but I can't do that because my Glimmer is constantly full. And I don't know how to make space because I don't know what people spend Glimmer on.
I assume potentially it's people who are very deep in the meta who are crafting resources for upgrading guns, infusing guns.
Yeah, but I have a couple of 1,000 hours in this game, and the fact that I don't know what it's for probably says something.
I just don't think it's a resource that gets used a lot.
But why do people need this much of it?
Yeah, especially considering now where you can trade in resources for other resources and certain vendors. And
yeah. maybe this will be the thing that makes me actually figure out what the answer to this question is, and then I'll go, oh yeah, I should have been doing that the whole time, and then oops, there's another rabbit hole I fall down. And
we're probably missing something because there's got to be a reason people burn through Glimmer.
I think, is there something to do with like seasonal update or seasonal like mods or updates or mods generally? Like it used to be, it used to have to spend Glimmer to apply mods, and they got rid of that because it's stupid. But where does it go? All this Glimmer, where do I put it?
How will I hold all this Glimmer?
And the other sort of, it feels major, but it's not really. But it's the thing that they should have had since Destiny launched. Under a section titled "The Helmet No Longer Stays On," they're finally rolling out the ability to customize your character's fucking face again after creation.
Also, so sick of my character's mohawk.
Yeah.
Can I get rid of it? It's no longer me.
Well, I also remember, like, this is going back a while, they did some, like, big update to the way characters' faces look and are rendered, and it meant that, you know, you spent, call it 5 years after character creation looking at this one model forever, and then because they changed the technology or the system underlying that, you just ended up with a slightly different looking character and had no way to do anything about it. But now, you actually go back in and edit it as of this coming week, and like it's not a huge feature, it's not like massive gameplay addition, but it's a thing.
Nice.
It's a thing people have wanted for fucking years.
I would love, and I know this is never going to happen because we're pretty much towards the end of the lifespan of the main game, but I would have loved a Dark Souls level of character creator, because there has been so many times I've stood next to another Awoken Warlock and we've been exactly the same, except for like maybe they had blue face markings where I have grey.
Yeah. Like when, and I know, like I understand the reasons why they don't have like deep character customization across the whole character model, because a big part about like the visual design language of Destiny is like if you see someone wearing a piece of armor, you can recognize it from a distance and know what they're probably trying to do with their character. Whereas if you had like different sizes and shapes of everything, like that requires more work to figure that out quickly. But it's basically just restricted to the head and customizing the head. And there's actually not that much you can do.
That's what I mean. Like if I could have more control, even if it's just sliders. If I can pick a default nose and then tweak sliders to look closer to my nose, I'd be happy.
Yeah. Yeah, you put the helmet on, they just stop rendering the character's head. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. They just need to render it for cutscenes if you've got your helmet off. But honestly, I know a lot of Destiny players that have helmets on for cutscenes because they have something dorky going. Yeah,
or I for a long time I had it set to like helmet off in social spaces, and then I just got annoyed looking at it because that's also the only time you would see your character in third person. And then I was like, well, I'd rather actually just see the full like armor set that I've put on and spent all this time in the fucking like customization screen getting the shaders and the ornaments all correct. So I did eventually change to helmet always on. I don't think this is going to get me to change that for that same reason. Like it doesn't. I'm not really ever seeing the character's face that much in a way that means anything.
I'll have a play with it.
Yeah.
Just to be like, what can I do different? I'll probably just end up changing my character's hair because I'm sick of that fucking mohawk.
Yeah, like I don't know if they have in the years since I created my character if they've like added more options, because I have 3 characters, so I would have to delete one to go and see.
Oh, I haven't seen because I refuse to make new characters. Titan that I made still untouched.
Yeah.
I boosted it with the intention of playing it one day and then just went back to my wall.
Yeah, I mean, I have one of each, and I think for probably 5 or 6 seasons, I have only played my Titan. Like, I feel like when I get the season pass all the way along to the point where you unlock the armor ornaments, then I'll log in for each of them and pull them off the season pass so I have them in the collection. But that's it. And I have to like skip all the season opening cutscenes and opening missions and just like open up a menu, click some buttons, and then log out again.
I think also too for us, one of the things that plays into it is the core group of our friends. And I feel like a lot of Destiny friend groups probably have this. You found a balance with the classes and the subclasses that just works. I think eventually if you play long enough with people, you all fall into a subclass and a class that you just jive together.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
people know what you're going to be doing.
Yeah, and I quite often find myself when I'm making new builds for my Warlock thinking about the synergy with you and Alex, for example, or the synergy with like you and Gramps, like our other friends. Like I always take into consideration like, oh, my solar build. How can I feed into Chili's solar build, and also Chili's solar build can feed into mine? And for us, it's a lot of orbs, but then I also shit out a lot of sprites now too with the new stuff.
Yeah.
The new build I put together, I'm also putting out a lot of sprites.
Yeah, and I mean, I also like started looking more into. There's a couple of tricks you can do with a Titan so that you give yourself and any allies near you radiant, so everybody just immediately does double damage, and like that's a great little perk for like 5 or 10 seconds.
Yeah, my solar build, that was one of the things I took into consideration too, was radiance, and then also solar has a lot of shielding stuff, like converting your grenade into a shield. And
yeah, so I think Titans are more about like boosting health restoration with solar stuff.
Yeah, so I thought a lot about that, like how can I also utilize how quickly my grenade is coming back and how quickly my class abilities are coming back, with how can I also turn that into benefits for the people around me other than shitting out orbs and fire sprites.
Yeah.
So I think that's another trapping of Destiny 2 is everyone definitely has their primary class, and I feel like a lot of their primary class comes down to like comfort, but then also who they play with.
Yeah. Yeah. And it requires so much of a time investment to get another class up to that same level of like familiarity and comfort, and also just like player competence, like being able to be as efficient, as effective with it when you're not as used to it. Like I definitely am not an optimal hunter or warlock player. I know I've got a few things in the toolbox, but I don't have the full suite of exotics and builds and shit to the point where I could just like drop into a raid and do anything. Like I'd be leaning towards Titan.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get to change our faces, and that's kind of neat. What else was in there? Oh, the armor choices for Festival of the Lost. Good wizard, bad wizard. Where did we land?
I don't want to say because notes further down.
Yeah, let's get into that right now. Because I saw that this morning and I almost fell over laughing. Please explain yourself.
So for some context for those who don't know who are listening, this year's Festival of the Lost armor is good wizard versus bad wizard.
It's like good and evil wizards, I think is what they call it.
So you've got like a wizardy kind of set for everyone that is black and purple for the evil wizard, and then blue and gold for the good wizards. And I am very conflicted because I love and you can change it with shaders, I completely understand, but I love the color aesthetic and the aesthetic of the evil wizards, but then I also really love the good wizards because the good wizard warlock design really reminds me of like original Final Fantasy Tactic Advance mage, like OG Final Fantasy designs.
Okay.
And I really like it. Like that hat has like Final Fantasy Tetsuya Nomura energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm so stressed about who I'm going to vote for.
You still not voted?
Not yet.
Wasn't this week's this week's update was talking about the results? Like, is it closed now?
I'm not quite sure. I'd have to go back in, but like I might have missed it. In which case, neutral. I'm happy. I'm happy either way.
I'm abstaining from voting on wizards.
But it has been playing on my mind so much, and I've been looking at these designs so much. I made them my wallpaper. I had a dream a couple of nights ago where we were filming an episode and we got into a discussion about which one is better, which then devolved into a play fight about it. Because for context, the people who don't know us in real life who listen, we have weird sarcastic banter all the time that could maybe be mistaken sometimes as fighting to people, I suppose. Some of the times, like, in a voice call, we'll take a little jab at each other, but it's really obvious that, like, we're being sarcastic. Yeah. And in the dream, I remember thinking we were play fighting. And then it devolved into, like, a friendship ending argument. And the end of the dream was like,
it went this far.
The end of the dream was like you blocking me on everything and then shit talking me on Twitter, which is so out of character. And that's why in the dream I was so upset. Because, like,
I couldn't tell you the last time I posted on Twitter. Like, I would have had to break a hiatus.
I could not understand why you were being so fucking unhinged about this decision. And, like, I think that was part of the nightmare, was like, because, and I've said this to you in person, I consider you a safe person, a safe male to be around, a safe space, I suppose, as a woman in a minority. So for you to just do a complete 180 and turn into an actual fucking psycho over these costumes,
over these pieces of concept art. These are drafts. These are not final.
Yeah. We haven't even seen them in game. They could look like shit.
They could completely change.
But you became so unhinged over this fucking argument.
Oh my God.
And the best part is, I don't know what side either of us were on. That was never made clear in the dream. That wasn't even clear in the dream.
Oh my God.
It wasn't like I wanted evil and you wanted good and vice versa. That was actually never outlined in my dream. My brain never told me which one we were, what side we were on. We were just arguing over this fucking costume decision. Like, hey, Brian.
All right, so real quick, which one would you vote for?
I think I'm leaning on good.
Do you want me to tell you which one I did vote for?
For the nostalgia, I'm leaning on good. I'd have to look at them again. I'd have to look at the Titan.
So if it helps, I also voted good.
Yay! Best friends.
Avoided.
Best friends.
Conflict avoided. Fucking Elden Ring scene. Conflict avoided.
That meme of, like, the two dudes doing, like, the
the predator handshake. Yeah, because I mainly it's the hats. Like, I wanted the longer or the straighter, big pointy hats, whereas the evil wizards are all like crooked, and it was just hats. I like hats.
That's the hard part for me was, yeah. So the Good Wizards definitely has that, like, nostalgic Final Fantasy energy about it. Even the Hunter's pants, like.
Also, looking at it now, I don't like the little fucking winkle picker boots that the evil ones are wearing, like with the little fucking.
Oh, you don't love a good Chelsea boot?
With the little, like, toe.
Hell yeah, little goth
toe
boots.
Ramp.
Yeah, so I think I would definitely vote for good because, yeah, it's definitely invoking some sort of nostalgic. Oh, you still.
Like, I'm happy with either. I also purely went on the Titan options and just going like, this one fits how I'd like to make my character look more.
Yeah.
Except that strand build I did, which is, like, actually fucking disgusting looking.
Yeah. I think definitely the pauldrons for the good Titan are a lot more you.
They're very Titan.
When I think of your Titan, I always think of, like, the big shoulders, not like the smooth, edgy kind of
1980s power suit shoulder pad looking type beat.
You've never particularly made, like, a edgy looking Titan. They've always been quite, like, chonky and sometimes just goofy.
I love a chonk.
I voted.
Good.
The fastest vote I've ever done. Ding, ding, ding.
But then this
so
week's
I had a nightmare.
had like a this week's update had like a summary on the voting, but it was broken down by class, which I'm not sure if it's going to be like good wins across the board or if it's broken per class. I can't remember how they did it last time.
Yeah. But I just voted, so voting appears to still be open.
Sick. Maybe it was just like, here's a running update on the vote.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vote team good wizard.
Error code blueberry, dissolution, dissolved, catastrophic, twitlongers both ways.
Fuck. I don't think I've ever thought about writing a twitlonger.
Fucking wizards. As we've both learned, I can write a twitlonger to ruin a career, but
she didn't.
And it's the kind of dream that you wake up after it and it feels like you've been flashbanged.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you wake up and you're like, what the fuck is happening?
I've been in one of those.
What is my reality? Feels like you've been stun locked by a dream.
Like it feels so real that you're like, wait, I was asleep?
But also, like, the funniest part about that nightmare is I woke up with like a lump in my throat, like I was about to cry.
Oh.
Because in the dream, I was really fucking upset, right?
I'm sorry.
And I woke up. I'm sorry. Dream too, sorry. I like woke up with like the lump in my throat and everything. Like I was on the verge of tears. So I definitely got stun locked. Just like, what the fuck, brain? Like, of all the things for this friendship to end over.
I know. There's so many better things.
We've overcome so much fucking shit. It's good wizard, evil wizard is what destroyed this friendship. Not a fucking pandemic.
Which digital costume do you like more?
At the end of the day, hats is what broke us up. We could not agree on a hat.
Crooked or straight hats. That's what it is.
Purple or blue.
Yeah, basically. All right, there's actually some in-game stuff that is worth covering. Because I hadn't been paying attention to this, and is it stuff that's updating in the Legend version of Starcross, or is it just like if you keep running the Starcross mission every week, you see this?
If you, from what I'm aware, it's just every week it updated.
Okay, because I did end up watching, I think it was like a Mylan video kind of summarizing this, so I do know what this is talking about.
I've done it once, or I've done it twice now. I did it with you twice, so we did the normal and the legend.
Yeah.
A friend of mine pinged me and said, "Hey bitch, you love weird Destiny lore?" And I said, "Yes, I do." And he said, "Get the fuck in this mission with me." And I said, "Okay." And I loaded in and he said, "Climb those little steppy step, like the little platforms." And I said,
to be fair, we had seen those, I think, in one of the runs we did.
We had
they didn't go anywhere.
And that portal hadn't opened. It was just a ring. And I said, "Oh, this is new." And he said, "Go up there." And I said, "Okay." And I went in and he said, "What that?" And I said, "Is that the Ishtar Collective logo?"
Yeah, but it's like built. It's like built out of symbol? Vex material,
Vex architecture.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You love the Ishtar, and you also love Ahamkara. So I thought you would find this really interesting." And I said, "This is very, very interesting."
Yes.
So I did some stuff and some things, and I read some lore tabs, and I had a look at some different stuff and reminded myself about lore. And then I went and watched Mylin's video, and I was like, "Oh, I was on the right track when I was writing out the notes."
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
Yeah, what is happening? What is kind of the prevailing theory, as it were? Because all of this is like an empty room with a symbol in the middle of it on a stick.
I fell down a Reddit rabbit hole.
Never a good start, but go on.
Yeah, just before Mylin dropped his video. And I was clicking a bunch of links that were leading to different laws and different screenshots and stuff. So you go inside this portal, and this portal takes you into Vex architecture. And right in front of you is the Ishtar Collective symbol, logo. So there's a couple of different prevailing theories. I wrote notes to remind myself because they're very convoluted.
Well, so we also had the Oracle showing up in the seasonal activities.
Oracles started showing up in the seasonal stuff, and they even made a note to be like, what are the Oracles doing here? They shouldn't be here. They're outside the vault.
Yeah.
Which is, when they said that, I think we were running something together and they started showing up, and then that voice like happened, and I think I just went, ooh, when they said it.
File this one for later.
So my note said, some of these notes are from when I was playing. Why collective symbol there? What do? How there? Which then led me down a little bit of a rabbit hole to remind myself of the collective and their kind of degeneracy with the Vex. So part of the Ishtar Collective is they made something like, did I put it down? I think it's 200 and something virtual clones.
Right.
To go into the Vex network and investigate the Vex network and research the network. So one of the theories is the clones found the Black Garden. And that's just them being there and being like, hey, here's this significant Vex presence. And then maybe that's a portal, maybe it's a marker, and that's a point of research or investigation potentially. So like the question then is, when did the collective find the garden? Were they intentionally looking for the garden, or did they come across it because a significant Vex activity led them there? And then there's also the fact that the garden is basically a clone of the Veil, or something in the garden is a clone of the Veil.
The heart of the Black Garden.
Yeah. So it's like, if it is the Ishtar Collective, obviously we've got to tie into the Veil because we've got Chioma and Maya. I keep thinking her name is Chiso, but it's Chioma Essie, and I keep combining. So was it Maya Sundaresh rather than the Collective's clones? Was Maya Sundaresh fucking around with the Black Garden? What does she have to do with the Black Garden? Because she's so integral to the Veil and the Veil's backstory, her and Chioma. Is this actually Maya?
Yeah, because like those Veil containment logs kind of wrapped up with Chioma still being on Neptune, having sent away the like virtual copy of Maya Sundaresh, right?
Lakshmi. She sent Lakshmi away, who then went on to start the Future War cult.
Yeah.
So it's like, is it Maya in the network and intentionally looking for this clone of the Veil?
What I want to see now is like a parallel timeline of how when all these things happened, because like them going to Neptune, all the stuff with Chioma and Maya, then the like Lakshmi event, and then all the stuff with the Black, like when did the Black Garden stuff actually happen? And then that's another thing. People are like, what if Maya helped with the Black Garden? Because she had been banished from the Veil, or the hiding place of the Veil, by Chioma. What if this was her? Because she was obsessed with the Veil. It killed her, essentially. Yeah.
She withered away to nothing because of her obsession with the Veil. She pushed everyone away. She killed countless people because of this obsessive nature of the Veil, as we heard by those logs. Did Maya create the Black Garden? Was she part of the creation of the Black Garden because she was seeking out the Veil again, or power that the Veil could give? Maybe she was trying to replicate that. That's another theory I've read.
Because they say it's like the heart of the Black Garden is like a simulation of the Veil, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was that Maya? Did she have something to do with the Veil, or did she just come across the Veil in the process of seeking out?
Yeah, I don't know.
Something
I don't
like
know what
the Veil
happened first.
That's the hard part. I've been reading through through lore and stuff like that, and I can't find a conclusive timeline. And then even then online amongst kind of people who are very good at keeping lore and keeping tabs on lore, both content creators and just Redditors, and then people who run Bray Tech and the Destiny lore subreddit who are pretty on top of it. Like, I asked a question about lore like 6 months ago, and I had my answer within 2 minutes. Like, someone was like, bam, here's your answer. Here's the lore book it's in. Here's the weapon it's attached to. Here's the character.
Yeah.
I think I had a question for an episode.
Right.
And like within 2 or 3 minutes, they gave it to me. And I asked it not expecting to know the answer before the episode. And before I'd finished doing my makeup, someone had already replied. So it was like, not even they can seem to come to a complete agreement of where these timelines where they run, and then also where they might coalesce as well. So where is there any point which these parallel timelines touch? And then it's like, at this point, this Ishtar Collective logo in the Black Garden or in the garden, not necessarily in the heart, but where an Ahamkara is, next to an Ahamkara lair.
Yeah.
It's like, is this where those timelines like kind of cross and coalesce?
I mean, like, also, given that there's an Ahamkara and it's the Black Garden, was the heart being a simulation of the veil the result of a wish?
Yeah, that was another theory. Another theory was maybe they or Maya or someone from the collective was looking for the eggs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because Wish Dragon power is immense and paracausal and universe shattering, as we've learnt. Were they looking for the eggs? Did they want their own wish dragon
It's all possible.
Raising a wish dragon from birth? Is it another power that Maya could manipulate like she wanted the veil? Maybe she simply wanted to undo everything. That was another theory I read. Maybe she wanted to go back.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting.
Yeah.
And another theory is they knew, because of the way the Vex work across timelines and space, and just by the nature of the Vex having access to every timeline and every instance. Did she already know that's how we were going to get into the Traveler? Did she already know that's how we could chase the Witness?
Yeah, and I think, like, the closer we're getting to the final shape, the more of these, like, big mysteries are still being dangled in front of us, and I think that's probably what I'm hoping for most with the next, like, you know, content year of Destiny being final shape, and then whatever they do until the next thing comes out. Is that we wrap up all these loose ends and, like, answer mysteries, fill gaps, because it is like the ending of this big storyline, and I kind of want to see them explain some of these things rather than just like leave them as teasers and cliffhangers and have people like make guesses and whatever. I want to see what they actually were thinking.
I'm also not going to be surprised that if over the next few months and in final shape we do get stuff that they just leave open-ended because they've got those chapters coming up.
Yeah, of course. But that could also go the other way of being like a chance for a clean break and like, let's start some new storylines off. The way they kind of did going from Destiny 1 to 2. Like, it was pretty, I mean, it was a pretty quick turnaround between the two games, but it'd be because like right now it feels like we've just gone super wide with all of these mysteries. It'd be nice to like reduce that possibility space before we go and like open it back up again.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised them bringing the Ishtar Collective in so hard with this little Easter egg is not just prepping us for stuff post final shape.
Because we haven't really dealt with them aside from like the Veil.
They've always just kind of
stuff on
been
Neptune.
around.
Yeah. Like there's been bits and pieces where the logo's shown up or they've been mentioned, but they've never, because they're basically like an extinct society, right? Like,
yeah,
they're not really around anymore.
They only really kind of got brought back into the fray in Beyond Light because they started getting mentioned because they started to mutiny, I suppose, from Braytech.
Yeah. But yeah,
and then that's when they kind of entered the Destiny lexicon pretty prevalently, was like, oh, here's a little mention of the Ishtar Collective. Here's a little section of Europa that is Ishtar Collective related. Oh, here's more Ishtar. And then when we got to Neptune, it was like, here's more Ishtar Collective stuff. Ooh. And they kind of trickled that in through the campaign of Lightfall, because you would be running missions or story missions or lost sectors, and it'd be like, well, Ishtar Collective.
Yeah. Yeah, got to go on the Ishtar Collective website, because that's like the name for a lore repository, and then look up entries on the Ishtar Collective, and just, it's like looking up Wikipedia on Wikipedia.
Ponder.
But yeah, it's all fascinating. I just think I'm starting to feel a bit fatigued by
there's
big questions.
There's a lot of threads happening right now.
Yeah. And like these big seasons that they're doing to try and like ramp it up to the final shape, and like do all these big momentous things of like, we're doing the 15th wish, we're bringing Savathûn back, Eris Morn is finally becoming a hive witch. Like, all of this shit is happening in the space of 6 months.
And I feel like a lot of these threads are so niche in terms of lore sometimes too. Like, I know Ahamkara are a huge part of this season, but like, unless you're like me, who hyper fixated for a long period of their life on the Ahamkara, in early Destiny 2, and got a little bit too involved in reading Great Hunt lore and Ahamkara lore and trying to figure out what they are and where they came from, and then, you know, Last Wish dropped and all that good stuff. A lot of people just don't care about this season because they don't care about the Ahamkara. Riven isn't a big deal to them. Mara isn't a big deal to them.
I mean, you could have Riven not be a big deal, but the fact that they literally put the 15th wish in the game finally is a big deal.
That's a big deal, yeah. But you know what I mean? Like, unless you're invested in certain lore, a lot of these threads aren't going to interest people. They're not going to chase down answers like I did for the Ishtar Collective, because they don't have a vested interest in that lore. Sure.
But yeah, it's look, it's interesting. I'm just hoping that we're not just constantly sitting around with all these question marks. Like, I'd like to see Bungie actually answer a bunch of shit, as opposed to like people in subreddits pulling strings together and going, I'm pretty sure this is it, and that being the source of truth.
Yeah.
Like, I want from the horse's mouth, I want them to go like, no, this is the canonical answer, the same way they did with the fucking wish pattern on Savathûn's wings, and like the way they finally threaded that all together. Like, they might not have had that planned from the beginning when they put a 15th wish entry in the API when they launched Forsaken, but I want them to do that work a bit more.
Yeah. I just want to see a baby Ahamkara.
Yeah.
Give me babies.
No, what if it were a sparrow that you could ride? And it's animated like that spider one with the moving legs and shit. But we've strapped a jet engine to it.
I just want a little Ahamkara. Oh, Meckie's going on an Ahamkara baby rant again.
Uh-oh.
I just want a little Ahamkara that'll sit on my shoulder, but we all know they grow freakishly fast. So it'd be really funny to see it like on your shoulder, and then like a week later, it's like dragging on the ground.
Maybe that's what, like, you know, for the last, I call it couple years, we've been using the helm as like where all the seasonal stuff gets crammed into. What if we stop doing that?
Ahamkara, take it.
We stop using the helm for shit, and we just fill it with little Ahamkara that we're growing. And then that becomes their spaceship, and they fly off somewhere.
I want Ahamkara. You know, like those people who put like their golden retriever in a backpack to take it on the subway?
That's a big dog for a backpack, but I know what you mean.
Yeah. Like a special dog carrier
Yeah,
so that they
yeah.
can take it on the subway. That, but an ahamkara.
Well, that fucking image from like the 1950s where it's like a leather pouch that you strap to the outside of your car and you put your dog in that. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Do that, but it's on the outside of your spaceship.
A sparrow, but it's got like one of the little
Sidecar?
sidecars for an ahamkara. Destiny, please.
Yeah, let me put my little wish dog in there.
Part of me thinks the closest I'm going to get to a baby ahamkara is the Riven plush, though.
I think so. I think you have to give them money for them to give you ahamkara.
They posted a photo this morning of it sitting, a little plush sitting. And now I do very much want that plush because of the way it sits like a little dog. Please, someone. Me, my sons need a sister.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think they do. Now, one thing I did look at this week that really put things into a harsh light was I opened up the season pass, and at the top it says Season 23, Season of the Wish, and then under it, it says how much time is left. And as of 3 days ago, it said 133 days and 6 hours is the screenshot that I took.
Oh, yeah, I'm so excited for what is that? 4 more months?
Yeah, it's like June or July it's dropping. June 4th. Because I just happen to have it open in a browser tab. So that is a good 5 months, nearly 5 months away. But we did finally get some information this week about what they're going to fill that time with, at least 6 weeks of it. We've got Riven's Wishes. What is this?
I think it's just a fun way of saying challenges.
Yeah, because it's like a weekly quest you get from Mara, and then you get a gun or something.
My understanding is you get it from Mara, and then you do high-risk objectives. So I'm going to say higher level end game style versions of already existing content. So one of the things they said is Legend Lost Sectors and Dungeons.
Right.
When you complete them, you get a wish token.
But Riven said no more wishes. What are we doing?
She dead. She got no say.
Who's granting the wish?
Babies. Oh no.
You spend 1 egg to get
no.
gun. Riven turns back up and says, "Hey yo, I didn't mean this.
This is not protecting them at all."
Put them in a gun.
The same thing. Yeah, we did the same thing we did to the worm, to the Riven babies.
Egg launcher.
So what I enjoy is you have more that you can spend the token on. So it's not just a gun. There's a couple of different things that you can invest your tokens into.
Okay.
So the first category is very interesting, which is you can choose a red border last wish raid weapon.
That is good, actually, because it means you don't have to grind a brutal raid.
Last wish. So it's everything but the exotic from what I saw. So
yeah.
All your bony guns. Red borders is fun though.
Yeah. Yeah, because you need what, 5 of them to be able to then go and craft it. So
yeah,
if you just pick one of them and mainline that shit over 5 weeks, like, great, done.
I feel like within a week we're going to understand that the community has once again found some really fucked combinations.
Or like a way to break the system and like really speed run these rewards.
Like we're going to end up with some scuffed guns again because this is what happens every time we get new red borders. Someone breaks them and goes,
Aren't these already available as red borders? You just have to get them through the raid?
This is like a guaranteed red border basically.
There's just a quicker way to get them, yeah.
But I feel like with this newfound ability, the community is once again going to be like, oops, turned a sniper rifle into a rocket launcher.
Yeah, that was a very different week. They legitimately shipped bugs.
I'm waiting for that to happen again. Category 2 is exotics. They are armor exotics from Lightfall.
Okay.
which is fun if you're looking for a new role. But for you and I who farmed the Vex incursion strikes, we've already got everything. So
yeah, I mean, that sort of stuff's always good for players who are newer to the game and like maybe haven't dropped everything yet. And it's like, cool, you just do a quest, you go get one.
All and if you're looking for a certain stat on a certain exotic, the more ways to get an exotic is also very nice.
Yeah, there's certain pieces that like certain exotic pieces I use all the time that I will keep an eye on what Xur is selling just in case he's got like a high 60s, even 70s stat roll on it. And then I'll fucking swap my build out.
Yeah, and like, because I follow that Vex incursion server, sometimes I'll get pinged that one's coming up and I'll be like, you know what, I'll run it. And then if I drop an exotic with a stat that I like, cool. If not, I'll just break it down.
Yeah.
Category 3 is miscellany.
Other shit.
That word felt not good in my mouth, so it felt like I was saying it wrong. So you can choose from a variety of miscellaneous rewards. Lost Memento, Dawning Memento, Ascendant Shards, Ascendant Alloy.
Mm-hmm.
Alonzi. And my favorite, Exotic Cipher.
Gosh.
I do enjoy having exotic ciphers because I have a lot of weapons that you guys ask me, do I have that? And I say no. And then you say, get it from the vault. And I go, oops, not enough resources. Because I played Gachapon with Xur.
Yeah.
And spent them all.
Yeah.
I use Xur like a Gachapon machine.
So, like, exotic ciphers are similar to me with Glimmer of, like, every season pass I get, like 1 or 2 out of it once you get through the rewards, but I don't spend them. So I have to then go to Xur and cash it in for something I'm just going to fucking dismantle anyway, just so I can... I don't know why I do this, but I do. Because like, you can only hold one of them.
Gachapon.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really interesting. And I feel like wish tokens are going to be a really fun way to get the homies together and just run.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
A high level activity on the weekend just to chill beer and dungeon whatever.
Is this starting this coming week? I don't remember.
I didn't look at that.
That's okay.
Oops, that feels like it was important.
I think I can quickly find that information. Where's Riven's Wishes? There, starting on January 30, so that's this coming week. Good as.
So I feel like that might get a lot of people back into the game.
Yeah.
Because it'll get people running more high-level stuff again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to end up missing 2 weeks of it, I think. Because it's like 4 weeks until I go away for 2 weeks. So I'm going to miss like the back third of it. So that's fine. I'm going to go touch...
Time to go play.
I'm going to go touch so much grass. Go hiking in the backcountry for like 8 days. All the grass getting touched.
Unga bunga mode.
Legitimately, like, it's not quite meal rations, but it's like the dehydrated meals. Like, that is going to be what I'm living on for 8 days.
You're going to come back with like a fucking beard and longer hair and just be like, ooh.
So, I don't grow facial hair well or fast. Like, I get this little bit here, a little bit sort of on the chin, but like these entire patches of my face that just don't grow. And after 8 days, there's fuck all.
This is a mental image of you returning to Australia looking like Tom Hanks in Castaway.
Like, I would love to be able to do that.
Full unga bunga mode. Just, you've forgotten language.
Yeah. I've spent 8 days by myself in the wilderness. I haven't talked to anyone.
Just fucking swinging sticks. You regress to like when a kid is walking around by themselves and you're just like hitting trees with sticks.
Got the walking poles that I bought because I'll be doing like mountain climbing and just like fucking smashing shit with them.
Fighting ghosts.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, I'll get a few weeks out of this. I'll get to fuck with it a bit.
We'll make sure.
Yeah.
We'll do some, like I said, the days are getting long and hot. We'll crack a couple of cold ones and sit in our own
that sounds
sweat.
Fucking pretty good right now. I do it like I do have to do Legend Starcrossed again to finish off the exotic catalyst stuff. So I need to organize that, but I don't know if that's going to be part of this, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Hell yeah. And that's it. That's why I was like, oh, this is fun, because it'll probably get us back into it. Because
so that's like,
we're a sucker for this kind of shit.
It's 6 weeks. That's like a month and a bit out of the 5 months we need to kill. And then Moments of Triumph. That's usually like a 3-week period, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking at the next 2 months we know about. Speaking of which, Moments of Triumph, we heard some stuff about.
Yep. I was mostly just concerned about the rewards. I didn't actually get the dates or anything. I was just like, here's some shit.
I didn't look at it either.
So Moments of Triumph coming up. Usual stuff. Do thing, buy stuff to let people know you did thing.
Oh, real quick. Moments of Triumph starts this week as well. So it's not a thing that's happening after Ribbon's Wishes. It's the same time.
It's during. Yeah. Excellent. There'll probably be a lot of triumphs that overlap with the Wish. Yeah. You know how they do that. They're like, hey, we've brought this thing in, and also Moments of Triumph. So funnily enough, a lot of these triumphs are going to... I'm going to go for it again, mostly because I want the shirt.
Still going to send it. See, the thing is, I tried to get the shirt last time, and I ordered it, and they sent me one with somebody else's gamer tag on it, and then I got in touch with them, and I said, hey, where's mine? And by the time they got to the point of like, we're gonna, make a new one and send it, they were like, actually, no, we're not, here's a refund.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah, because it was like so far past the point that they were manufacturing those shirts that like they would have had to basically just do a one-of-one order for me.
Let's get some puff paint, like some fabric paint, and just paint the name on the shirt.
Oh, dude, I got rid of that shirt. I was so annoyed.
Damn it.
There was a part of me where I thought about tracking the person down by their gamer tag and be like, yo, do you want this shirt? It turned up at my house.
Cut the sleeves and do.
Now, I should have actually done that. Shit.
Moments of triumphs.
Moments of gains.
So 5 triumphs to get the shirt, 14 triumphs to get the shell, 21 triumphs to get the sparrow, and then 26 triumphs to get the seal, the title, and then you can also get the pins.
Yeah.
The little pin is very nice. I actually enjoy that little pin because I love a good triangle. I love things with triangles on them.
How do you feel about corn chips?
Very good. Love a good triangle. I have triangles in some of my tattoos specifically because I was like, hey, you know that piece of geometry? Can I have that as a triangle? So I want
only 3 lines.
My crossed keys have triangles in them. They weren't originally meant to. Like, it'd be pretty good. Inverted triangle.
Classy.
So I'm pretty excited. Gotta get Moments of Triumph. One of the very few times in my life where I'm actively seeking out a seal and a title.
Yeah. I think Gilding Dredgen is the only one that I seem to give a shit about anymore, which I don't know what that says about me.
Iron Benner's become my Dredgen.
Yeah.
Or I'm just like, as the first week of Benner comes up and I'm like, done it. I hate my life, but I've done it.
Yeah, you just like, you've got 3 of these per season. You could space it out.
Lost all feeling below the middle of my spine, but it's done.
Yeah, I mean, there was that one season where I gilded Dredgen like in the first week because I don't think I was doing much at the time. And I did that mostly for a laugh, and then that hurt, actually.
Lost feeling in my feet 2 days ago.
You need to go to the bathroom.
I've got gangrene. Help.
Shit all over the floor.
Bed sores from Destiny 2. But they're entirely on your butt and the bottom of your thigh. And the doctor's like, what have you been doing?
Yeah. Fucking melted through my gamer chair. What's up?
Summertime. have fused with the chair.
Yeah. You go to stand up and like all the sweat has stuck the chair to your leg and you peel parts of it off. That's why I stopped buying those fucking like fake leather wrapped chairs.
Like a saw trap. I need to replace my chair because the seat part of my chair looks like a deathcore metal logo. Like all the leather's just cracked and peeled off.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So now I'm exclusively mesh chair gang. So much better.
If any chair companies want to send me a chair.
Fucking IKEA rolls through with just like a dining chair.
Fuck yeah, I've sat in worse.
Yeah. I would take an IKEA sponsorship. Are you kidding me?
I've played 20 hours of CSGO and CS Source in a beanbag. I've done lands in beanbags. Full shrimp mode to play Counter-Strike.
Man, I haven't like really sat in a beanbag for decades.
Shoulders forward, fucking full shrimp mode.
No, thank you.
Yeah, so I've done Iron Banner, so really Moments of Triumph and then Season of the Lost in 10 months. Fucking whatever. Yeah. 8 months, 7 months. They're the only titles I really care about. I'm not going to get the Reveler title because I fucking caught COVID and couldn't do the last few days of...
That's right.
Yes. 5th time's the charm.
Oh, well.
So I'm not going to get Reveler. So I may as well care about Moments of Triumph, I think.
Yeah, why not? Something to do.
And I did it my first year playing with you guys. I don't know why I fell off. Fell off.
Got ratioed.
L plus fell off plus no Moments of Triumph.
Plus no grey t-shirt.
No seals.
Goodness. But yeah, so like if Moments of Triumph is, those events are usually like a 3-week thing. Ribbon Switches is 6 weeks. There's still a whole lot of time we don't know about.
Yeah.
Like I'm not expecting.
I wonder if we're going to start hatching babies.
Yeah, I'm not expecting them to like come up with a whole massive amount of content because they laid a bunch of people off and delayed the game by 6 months. But I doubt they're going to try and encourage people to just go do something else. Like Destiny is what makes them money. So like,
yeah.
What are we there for? I don't know. We'll find out. I assume.
Yeah. We can't even begin to theorize what they might do. I know, and I say this, I don't say this in a derogatory sense, but I know it's going to be they're going to be finding a lot of busy work for us to do.
Yeah.
It's going to be like these tokens. Then they're probably maybe going to have another community event. Game to Give is on at the moment too.
Yes, it is.
That kind of stuff. Game to Give. Got other Bungie Day stuff, probably. Is that in between now and then?
No, that's like the 7th of July, right? 7/7/7.
Yeah, 7/7.
So yeah, that's what I mean. Like there isn't just a natural thing coming up that you would put in that time slot.
They have actually, while I think of it, they have done another one of those here's a community thing, which is the Geralt themed.
Oh yeah,
thing that they're doing at the moment.
7 million things with swords or whatever.
With swords, yeah. And then we all get a special little logo.
Cool. Do you have to have killed something with a sword to get it?
I think so.
Okay, then I might just go like hack one thing up with the lament.
Honestly, you just load into like a thrall heavy lost sector.
Yeah.
And just spin.
Oh yeah, get out falling guillotine again. Fuck yeah. What a good sword.
While you spin, you listen to the meme of the crocodile spinning where it just goes spin.
Oh yeah.
Make your own fun.
Or just the sound of slot machines. Just
you
constant
spin me
white
right
noise.
round,
No.
baby, right round.
Not that. My slot machines don't sound like that anyway.
So they've got those. So I feel like a lot of those little like, here's the thing for you guys to do is probably going to pop up, which I'm not mad about. I love those fun I think they're fun. Like the
Yeah.
little community things, I think they're fun.
Yeah, like I'm not looking for something that's going to pull me back into like playing, 2 to 3 hours every day for the next time for the time until final shape. But it'd just be nice to have like a reason once a week that pulls me back in. Because I don't want to like fully lose touch with it, but I also don't want to like force myself to play the game when there isn't anything kind of interesting me about it,
And that's the healthy way to do it. Like
Yeah.
if it's not bringing you joy, it's perfectly fine to put it down for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, we make content about it and we still put it down for periods of time.
Yeah, like I'll log in, I'll look at the store, see if there's anything good for Bright Dust to pick up.
That's what I do. Yeah. Wednesday morning, I'm like, what can I have?
Yeah, but then half the time, like the act of doing that means that, well, I'm in the game, I'll just look at my quest log, see if there's something I could like finish or progress, or if there's a triumph that I'm close to completing, and then just like, I've got 30 minutes, I'll do something.
For me, something will pop up that I want, and I don't have quite enough Bright Dust, so I'll go grab some bounties and go run those, or go do weekly stuff.
I mean, the seasonal challenges are good for that, of just like getting a stack of Bright Dust very quickly. And half the time, and then also, by this point in the season, I've got like, 8 weeks of them that are like partially completed. And it's like, I'll just go run SMGs in the EDZ and then I'm done.
Yeah. Or like, I still go to the moon a lot for that stuff. Because altars is still a really good way to...
Yeah.
Because especially those later levels where it just spits acolytes and thralls at you over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sometimes I'll just get bounties, or I might be close on my season pass to a small gift of Bright Dust, so I'll just go do stuff until that pops.
Mm-hmm.
And that's enough to get me back in for a day, a couple of days.
Yeah. I'll do a little bit of Gambit every time I log in and just like keep those numbers ticking up.
I want a stupid emote. Oh, don't have enough Bright Dust.
Yeah, that reminds me, I should go look at the store. I love stupid emotes. I also like making sure that I've got shaders. Like when I see shaders pop up, they're cheap for Bright Dust. I'll just grab them in case I want it.
Yeah. And occasionally a ghost shell or a cosmetic
like the weapon ornaments and stuff.
Yeah. That I've wanted for a really long time that previously had been up for silver drops, and that also motivates me to go do stuff because I don't have enough Bright Dust for it because they're usually 3,000.
Yeah.
And because I spend my Bright Dust on stupid shit like emotes, I'm always like, fuck, I gotta get Bright Dust.
It's a wise investment. I love grief.
Ugly shaders and emotes. Yeah. Game to Give is on at the moment, so go donate because some of those... Oh, I might do that now that I got paid, actually. There is a emblem that I really want. It's very, very cute. It's $25, good cause, and it looks like arcade carpet. It's got like that 90s cinema / arcade carpet energy.
Okay.
But it's like the Game to Give logo and like shooting stars and stuff, but it looks like carpet. It's very good and it's very nostalgia for me. Like it's very 90s energy. So I'm like, fuck yeah, hook me up.
I mean, I did appreciate it.
Sticky carpet.
I got an email because I've previously donated to the cause. It was basically just like, hey, you've donated in the past. Here's a link to go and claim a free emblem out of the set of like, I think it's 20 of their previous emblems. And like they're time limited, right? So like some of them came out when I wasn't playing the game much at all, and I just missed them. So I was able to pick up one that I thought looked cool that I didn't have, that was from some promotion I was just not around for. So that was nice.
Yeah. And also they've got new Game to Give specific merch, which is nice too. And actually, I won't wear it because it's white. I can't wear white clothing.
Yeah.
I think this like sandy beige is the lightest clothing I own. But I really like the design on one of the Game to Give hoodies where the back of it looks like it's got an arcade ticket on the back.
Oh, cool.
And the arcade ticket is 77 cents. Like there's a lot of like really fun little Bungie and Destiny references in this ticket without it being like Bungie merch, Bungie merch, Bungie merch. It's like, I love when they do subtle stuff like that. So I'm kind of tempted to buy the hoodie, but I also won't wear it a lot. So it's
So
like,
don't.
yes, it's a good cause, but
Just give them money. Get an emblem. Don't worry about
yeah,
it.
I'm going to get a couple of emblems, I think, instead.
Forget about it.
Forget about it. Forgot about it.
But I think, unless I'm missing something, that is about it this week. And hey, we'll keep showing up and talking our way through how we're filling this time until Final Shape comes out. Some of it will be Destiny, some of it will not. And then for a good couple of weeks there, I won't be here. So we probably just won't do episodes those weeks. That's fine.
Me talking to myself.
I mean, we could set that up.
I mean, it's what TMG's doing, right? Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll do some ribbons wishes. We'll talk about that. We'll do some moments of triumph, and then after that, who fucking knows?
I'll keep digging for some like fun lore shit.
Oh yeah, get into the Ishtar Collective website. Ask them about Ishtar Collective. Ask them if they actually are Chioma Essie. I don't know. I actually like think someone who runs that site used to work at a company I worked at. So like I think I have some like 2 degrees of separation into the people that run the Ishtar Collective. Now that I think about
Ishtar Collective. Why are you in Blackgarden? Please tell.
Send that exact message.
Yes, Ishtar Collective, I have quest. Why? Blackgarden, why are you there? What do?
Just send them a picture of the symbol. Be like, hey, what are you up to? You sus. WYD.
I was going to say, just Ishtar Collective logo with, what doing?
You up?
Funny seeing you here.
Who up in their black garden right now? All right, we should probably get out of here. We're just derailing at this point, falling into a spiral.
I went looking for game to give information, and now I'm stuck looking at the Riven plush.
Okay, well, we can do that after this episode. So thank you once again for tuning in and for being here with us as we continue to figure out what is happening with Destiny 2. Hit any of the buttons that you see under this video. Probably
please not to thumbs down. It will hurt my feelings.
Down. Any of the other ones I'm pretty sure are safe or beneficial for us in some way. But yeah.
Why do you think the Ishtar Collective is in the Black Garden?
I think...
For vibes?
No, I think they had a delivery that they were waiting for, and it went to the distribution center because nobody was home, and they got confused and thought that was in the Black Garden, and they got angry and just
done in by Australia Post.
Yeah, they tried to go full can I talk to the manager mode and just fucking rock up to the distribution center, but they didn't actually have the right address. And so they put a flag down and said, we'll be back.
It's like licking something. They're like, this is mine now.
Yeah.
We own this. Like, it's the Black Garden. You don't own this. This is Tyrannus's lair. You can't have this.
It's the property of the Ishtar Collective. It is their front garden.
It's the equivalent of like someone tagging to mark their territory in the city.
It is. Who up collecting their Ishtar. Anyway.
Anywho.
Bye.
Bye? Question mark.